I want to admit something. I was wrong about building muscles. For a long time, I was telling people, stop lifting heavy, stop ego lifting. Let's go for more the pump, the mind-muscle connection, high reps, squeeze that muscle. And while I was getting insanely good pumps, I started realizing that over time, I was shrinking more and more and more. Maybe it was good for me to get leaner a little bit, but I wasn't building any more muscle mass, and my thickness, my chest and my lats and my legs started shrinking. Was trying so many things, questioning stuff, adding carbs in, adding fats in, doing this, doing that, adjusting things, taking other supplements. But then I realized that my training also changed, and I started to fearing heavyweight because I'm approaching 30 years old actually in a month. So you can wish me happy birthday if you want an idea of what to comment. And well, the 2nd of November is my birthday. And I was pretty satisfied with the way I looked. And I'm like, you know what? I want to just maintain the physique I had. That was like almost a year ago, right before my competition. And I'm like, I want to maintain the physique I had a few months before. I'm not going to push it anymore because I don't want to risk getting injured. So now I'm just going to pump it up. I'm going to go to the gym. And if I can master doing, I don't know, 2-plate squats, I'll just keep it there. And I'll just do 8 to 10 reps. I'll just always stay in the safe zone. Because it's like if there's a fear in me of getting injured, which is a bad fear that is not logical, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, because of seeing so many people getting injured. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna stop lifting that heavy weight and the ego lifting or the bench press and this and that. But guess what, guys, as natural lifters, it's very important to keep those strength sets in. If you're not progressing, you're regressing. I don't believe in maintenance. I just don't believe that we maintain whatever we do in life, whether it's relationship, career, lifting weights, building muscles. If you're not pushing forward, you're going down. There is no maintaining, all right? So first thing first, the progressive overload notion, which is a lot of time misused. And yes, I agree, it's not always the first thing you want to do is adding weight on the bar and adding some 10 pounds and 20 pounds. The time under tension is good, more reps, more control, a little bit less rest, maybe more sets or volume. But then comes the weight factor, and you have to add some weight on the bar, all right? It means more stimulus, and it gives your body reason to build muscle mass. Your body doesn't want to build muscle. It's not good for longevity. Well, it is good for longevity. I mean, it's not good for survival. Let's say you're in a jungle and you don't have a lot of food. With high muscle mass means your metabolism is super high, so your body requires more. So it keeps your body in this scarcity mindset, and now your body, when it gets rid of muscles, it needs more oxygen, more calories, more nutrients. It's more to maintain. So what happens? You gotta force your body to build muscle mass. And after you did load the reps, you did the mind-muscle connection and the good squeezing, and you did your reps and you got a good pump, well, it's time for you to start adding weight on the bar if you want this to progress. All right, that's just the way it is. All right, I know for people that are over those early 20s, it's not always fun for us to be like, you know what, I'm gonna push it because it's a little bit too stimulating. And we've got jobs, we've got careers. Like I once got injured on my lower back. And I was out for a while, and it did affect all my life. But I don't want to base my past to create my future. I'm going to learn from it. And doesn't necessarily mean I need to be ego lifting, but a little bit of added weight will cause the progressive overload that we need to keep progressing. All right, so that is the first point. It's part of the progressive overload, gives your body more reason to grow. Number 2, strength and size go hand in hand for naturals. Look at Alpha Destiny, Alex Ioannidis. So many natural guys. I don't wanna mention people because then I'll forget some, and then it feels like I'm leaving out some. But we spoke about Alpha Destiny, so look at him. He's super strong. All right, he's doing pull-ups with 345 pounds, 3 plates, benching 3 plates, even at his leanest right before the show. Of course he's not gonna lose muscle mass, because when you're pushing that heavy weight, you're forcing your body to maintain and preserve that muscle, despite being in a deficit if your goal is leaning down. All right, strength and size for natural athletes go hand in hand. More stimulus. For enhanced, not always the case. So that's why I don't base myself and compare myself with an enhanced lifter, because they could just do machine workouts, high reps, and pump it for 20 reps, and they will grow because they're using PEDs. Now, bashing them is just that they can get away with a lot more than us. For us, we need to always stimulate our body and force our body to maximize muscle growth. All right, we've got our training, our diet, and our recovery. That's it. If you're not maximizing every aspect and factor, you're not gonna grow. Number 3, high reps, squeeze, good, the pumps, it feels good, you're getting a good pump, but it depletes your muscle glycogen a lot more than doing heavy sets. All right, you're doing all those high reps, your blood is rushing, you're pumped. Yes, you're feeling that crazy burn, there's a lot of reps. It burns more calories, this kind of training, and also depletes your muscle glycogen. So let's say if your workout is mostly those high reps, you will not have enough muscle glycogen in fullness to push those heavy loads, so you can also stimulate those chest fibers and muscle fibers. This is something that I'm realizing a lot with me. Especially now I'm bringing back up since a while I'm eating a lot, but when I'm leaning down and I'll do lower carbs, all right, let's say 250 grams, 300 grams of carbs a day, and I'm pumping up my reps, I feel flat super fast. And then when you're flat, you just can't go on the barbell back squat and give good quality sets because you're already flat. You don't have any muscle glycogen because you did all those high reps on the leg extension. You know what I mean? Number 4, heavy sets of compound lift will build the foundation. I come to the realization that the basics are called the basics for a reason. Bench press, barbell squat, overhead press, barbell rows, the dips, the push-ups, the pull-ups. Guys, these are your foundation. This is how you build your foundation, all right? It works many muscles at the same time. It impacts your nervous system positively. If you're not overdoing it, it puts a good stress on your body that just doing a leg press will not do, all right, as opposed to a barbell back squat. The impact that it has on your testosterone levels, on your nervous system, because it shocks positively in your nervous system, you're able to also handle more over time. And something that enhanced lifter don't necessarily need. They just don't need it. This is why we rarely see the enhanced lifter doing those barbell back squat and really pushing it, because the risk of injury is higher and they don't need it. They can get away with just doing the leg extension and leg press. I see James Hollingshead, this guy pushes it. I see him doing the deadlift, the barbell back squat. And this is why his body is so thick. His muscles are thick. It's like if they are not even 3D, they're in 10D. Now look at his body and you can see like the thickness. It's like if their muscles are always full. But this is what comes from doing those compound lifts. And those heavy sets of compound lifts will build the foundation. It's good to finish with a cable crossover 12 to 15 reps, but that's not your bread and butter. Your bread and butter is the bench press, the incline dumbbell press, and pushing the weight on them. Now, doesn't mean ego lift and go for sets of 3 and the Mike Metzer style where people have their butt off the bench and there are, I don't think my Metzer was doing that, but I see the kids doing this and they're just trying to go to failure. Going to failure doesn't mean destroy your form, ego lift, and just put the weight up by all means, all right? It means get the muscle to failure. So keep that connection on your muscles, but put the weight up. So me, when I bench, I feel my chest so much. It's like I'm connecting with my chest on another level that a lot of people can't do. And this is why I don't go as heavy as most people, because all my tension is on my chest. Even though I can only do, let's say, a plate 25 for 10 reps and someone else is doing 2 plates, but he's compensating with so much more muscles that for me, because I can recruit and connect with my chest muscles so much, I don't need to go as heavy. And it is heavy because it's less muscles doing the exercise, all right? So it's a win-win because now you're putting the weights that only your chest is taking, but you're not going crazy heavy compensating, and you're not fooling yourself because people will be like, well, I'm benching 3 plates, why is my chest not big? Well, because your chest is not getting all the stimulation. There's a lot of shoulders, traps, there's a lot of swinging maybe at the same time. All right, so use the heavy weight, increase the weight, but combine it also with the lighter weights. And when I'm saying heavy, I'm still saying sets of 8, all right? I'm not saying sets of 3. Sets of 5 will be the heaviest I'll go, and it will only be done on bench press, squat, overhead press, not even barbell rows. Not even barbell rows. Even barbell rows I'll go for 8, all right? So 5, 8, but doing the sets of 15, honestly, I was doing those for a long time, and despite getting your muscle to failure, yes, it looks good on paper that, yeah, we're getting the muscle to failure. It does have also some drawbacks that down the line, you will realize if you do it for a long time. The best thing is combining stuff. All right, but I know I used to always say, don't go heavy, don't push the weight. Oh, you're good at 2 plate. Okay, let's do more reps. Yeah, but sometimes there's also something to be said about let's add some weight, let's progressively overload with the weight and push a little bit more and shock your body. This good shock. All right, today after the bench, went lower. I did like a pyramid set where I started for sets of 8. We took off some weight, sets of 8, took off some weight, sets of 8, and I did push-ups to failure. All right, and then you see you're working kind of all the muscle fibers and all the rep ranges. And that's it. Don't shy away from the heavy weights, and keep them in your program. If you're someone that is too worried about getting injured, warm up well, do a few warm-up sets, and pre-exhaustion technique can still work. Even though you want to go heavy, still do pre-exhaustion technique, because it's not about putting a lot of weight on the bar. It's about putting heavy weight and tension, mechanical tension that increases on the muscle. All right, so if your muscle is tired already to start with, it's okay. For you now, going heavy is just 1 plate. It's all good. All right, it's not a comparison. It's not because you have more weight on the bar that you'll get more results. So that's for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Love you guys. See you soon. How crazy is that? When I stop the video, my washing machine stops. It's okay. That's just how life is. You can't control everything. You gotta learn to let go. Ciao.